Welcome to Terra Food Forest. Our whole idea is that feeding ourselves and feeding the planet can be the exact same thing. It's where feeding meets the forest.
Hey, I'm so glad you're here. It is just so inspiring to see this global community of Earth healers coming together around this big idea. We've already talked about what a food forest is, but today we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to ask why. Why is this way of growing food so revolutionary?
Okay, so this question, it really gets to the heart of a huge problem we're all facing. For generations, farming has been all about one thing, output, right? How many tons of corn can you possibly squeeze out of 1 acre? But here's the thing. What if chasing that bigger and bigger harvest is actually making us poorer? What if it's making our food systems more fragile? What if we've been measuring success completely wrong this whole time?
All right, let's break this down. Modern agriculture is pretty much stuck in what we call a high-input, high-output model. The logic seems simple enough, right? You spend more on seeds, more on fertilizer, more on machinery, and you get a bigger harvest. But as you're about to see, this whole cycle, it's a trap.
Yeah, this picture tells a story that happens way too often. Just imagine it. You've invested a small fortune, you've worked so hard, and you've produced this massive, beautiful harvest. You should be celebrating, right? But then, the market price for your one crop just tanks. And suddenly, all that output is basically worthless. Why? Because your high input costs have eaten up every single penny of potential profit. You're left with a mountain of food and totally empty pockets.
So where is all that money going? Let's follow the leaks. Let's see where the system is bleeding out.
And believe me, these leaks are relentless. First, you've got the expensive seeds, the hybrid ones you have to buy new every single year. Then, bam, the massive water bill for irrigation. Oh, and don't forget the cost of heavy machinery and all the labor. And then there's the really fun part, the endless cycle of pouring on chemical fertilizers that just pollute our water and toxic pesticides just to keep the whole thing from collapsing. It's a constant, and I mean constant, expensive battle against nature.
So, how do we break out of this? How do we flip the script? Well, it all comes down to shifting our focus to a new and way more powerful equation for success.
Okay, this is it. This is the crucial shift. We have to stop obsessing over just the output. We need to start focusing on output minus input. That's the real measure of productivity. Think about it. The goal is to slash your input costs to practically zero by letting nature do all the heavy lifting for you. And when your costs are basically nothing, that's when your profit and your resilience can just soar.
So you can really see the two paths laid out here. On one side, you're fighting nature. It's this constant battle, right? High costs, super high risk, and you're basically just a consumer, totally dependent on buying all these industrial products. But on the other side, you partner with nature, and that leads to near zero costs, incredible resilience, and it transforms you. You stop being a consumer, and you become a manager of a thriving, living ecosystem.
And here is the absolute best part. This isn't just for massive farms. Nope. The principles of how nature creates abundance are totally universal. They work at any scale, from a tiny balcony to a huge farm.
So principle number 1, capture free sunlight. Nature's rules are the same everywhere, right? It doesn't matter if you've got 5 square feet on a city balcony or 500 acres of land. The goal is always the same. Turn every single ray of sunshine into life. Next up, principle 2, build your soil naturally. So whether you're looking at a suburban lawn or a small backyard, we just stop treating soil like it's dead dirt. Instead, we start treating it like what it is, a living, breathing foundation for all this abundance. And the best part? No expensive bags of fertilizer needed.
And principle number 3, and this one is your absolute key to resilience. Diversify your crops. Again, it doesn't matter if you have a tiny plot or a massive farm, you never want to depend on a single harvest. Diversity isn't just some nice idea. It's your insurance policy against total failure.
Okay, so when you put all this together, it leads to this really profound shift in your mindset. You stop being a consumer of products and you become the manager of a natural engine. So how does this engine actually work? Well, let's take fertilizer. Instead of buying bags of chemical nitrogen, we plant what are called nitrogen fixers. These plants are incredible. They literally pull nitrogen, which is a super essential nutrient, right out of the air and put it into the soil for free. They're feeding all their plant neighbors at no cost. And it doesn't stop there. We also use plants with really deep roots, and they act like natural elevators. They work with this huge underground network of microbes to mine essential minerals from way down deep in the earth and bring them up to the surface. And guess what? It's free, again. Your soil literally gets richer and more fertile every single year, all by itself. Now this is what real risk management looks like. Instead of betting the entire farm on one single crop, like corn or soy, we can grow, say, 150 different things. So if a late frost comes and wipes out one of your crops, no big deal. 10 others will be just fine. This isn't just smart farming, you guys. This is how we build real, genuine resilience back into our food supply.
So as we keep going in this series, we're going to get into all the nitty-gritty details. I'm going to break down specific techniques for every single scale. I'm talking potting mixes for your balcony, irrigation layouts for big farms, the whole shebang. We'll get into the technical data, the plant lists, everything you need to start your own journey.
And hey, if you want to connect with this amazing global community, I really want to invite you to join our Terra Food Forest Telegram group. It's a great place to share what you're doing, ask questions, and just get inspired by other people. I seriously can't wait to see what you're growing and learn right alongside you.
So let's just remember the biggest takeaway from all of this. It's really time to shift our perspective. It's time to stop farming for output and start designing for life.
See you in the forest.